Okay, hear me out. I switched to the smaller 60Hz iPhone 16, and you must be thinking, am I crazy? And the answer is yes. But there are legitimate reasons why the iPhone 16 is the iPhone to get in 2024. And in this video, I'll be giving my reasons, the pros and cons, and the best use case for anybody looking to switch or upgrade to the iPhone 16. So let's get into it. Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Coinsalah, but you can call me KJ. So it's been a month with the iPhone 16, and if you handed me this phone while telling me not to look at the back, I would think this is one of the Pro phones Apple released in 2024. It is a big leap from the iPhone 15 in terms of hardware and software, because you're always going to get one less camera or a subpar build quality and then performance. This time around though, they decided to give us those Pro features for the same price of $799. But apart from those Pro features, they also give us more visual colors that quite frankly should be on the iPhone 16 Pro and the iPhone 16 Pro Max. I mean, who doesn't like vibrant colors? The 16 does still have an aluminum frame with a matte finish that weighs about 170 grams, which is easy to carry around. I have no complaints there. The camera design has moved once again to a more vertical placement, increasing its size and allows for spatial video if you have an Apple Vision Pro. And I believe that less than 5% of Apple users will ever use this feature, but again, I might be wrong. And I think my only complaint here is, as someone who uses their phone while working on the table, this is annoying to use due to the fact that the bigger camera bump as it is rocks on the table all the time. They added the action button that allows users to get into any app with a single tap, and this makes navigating things like your flashlights or maybe ChatGPT easier to get into if Siri isn't really your thing. And I think this is a much better use case than the traditional mute switch. My experience is just similar to the Pro phones. The other button added is the camera control, and this serves as a faster and more efficient way to use your camera to take pictures and to take videos. It is a capacitive button that you slightly press to navigate its menu, and it feels like 3D touch from the older iPhones. So after about a month of shooting videos and taking hundreds and hundreds of pictures, I think camera control is a huge miss from Apple. So in theory, this is a great feature. The ability to get into your camera faster, use it as a shutter key so to speak, for taking pictures and taking videos like an actual camera makes a lot of sense. But I think they overcomplicated things by trying to make it the Apple way. The first thing you need to get through is its gestures. You have one tap to get into your selection, and of course double tap to go back. You can either use the camera control button to navigate it, or you can even use your fingers on your screen. And the question that plagued my mind each time is, why does this exist? Why use a smaller section of your screen to navigate different camera functions when you can use, I don't know, the big ass 6.1 inch screen to do exactly the same thing? If you want to zoom in, change the f-stop, go into photographic mode, take pictures and videos, you can do all these things without camera control. Also, I'm not sure if this was an oversight, but the placement of camera control is very wrong. The natural placement of your finger is right at the edge of your device, close to the antenna bands. But with this, you have to awkwardly move your fingers to use it. It's even worse when it's in vertical orientation. I understand what Apple was doing. I understand everything they tried to do, but I believe with enough tweaks and feedback, this might just become better and more useful. And speaking of the cameras, there are slight upgrades with the iPhone 16. You get a 48 megapixel wide angle lens with an f-stop of 1.6 and a 12 megapixel ultra wide lens with an f-stop of 2.2, which gives in more light when taking pictures. This kind of also helps with low light images, so that's a plus, but there is not much difference between the iPhone 15 and the iPhone 16. You get pretty much the same camera quality with a few improvements, especially when it comes to the ultra wide. And after about a month, I have become an ultra-wide person when taking pictures of my environment because of the ability to just get more scenery than the standard wide-angle lens. The ultra-wide lens also has the ability to shoot macro photos, which is a nice addition, and this was only meant for the Pro phones last year. So if you love getting close in with subjects, then you are going to love this feature. If you do want the best quality possible when shooting with your wide-angle lens, then shooting in HEIF or HEIF Max and getting that 48 megapixel action is the best way to go. With fall weather currently happening, this takes great pictures in daytime and even nighttime. You get great dynamic range and color accuracy, and if you're wondering how much I have used photographic styles or photographic mode, then the answer is 0. I tested it out in my first week and I realized the standard style is the best one, especially if you edit your pictures and Lightroom. I'm sure there's someone in the comments going to say they use photographic styles every day, but personally, I see it as a waste of time and doesn't exactly get the best out of the pictures that I take. And for $799, you are getting one of the best video cameras on a smartphone. I do wish it had the ability to shoot in log profiles, but that is just meant for the Pro iPhones. But apart from that, this is without a doubt a great phone to shoot content with outside, inside, or in any capacity. To this day, I'm not sure how Apple does it, but it is pretty awesome, and that also goes for the performance. So the performance of the iPhone 16 has been pretty consistent over the last month, which is no surprise. So whether you're getting this phone to make content, play a ton of mobile games, or just use it for your everyday workflow, it's usually very snappy, and I've not had any issues performance-wise. And while it takes about a year before the chips in the Pro phones come to the smaller standard iPhone, the iPhone 16 has the new A18 chip, which improves performance in the short term and long term. However, I think the biggest thing relating to performance that most people need to be worried about is its software. While iOS 18 has been stable for the most part of my usage, there have been things like my display being unresponsive. I've had situations where the camera freezes when recording video, especially when it comes to the ultra wide lens. This particular one doesn't really happen a lot, but there have been instances of battery drain amongst other things that have occurred. They pushed out, I think, iOS 18.0.1 to fix these bugs, so it just remains to be seen if this will actually work. I honestly appreciate Apple for pushing out these updates in good time because it has also affected my battery for the better. I comfortably get 7 hours of screen on time, sometimes 8 if it's just mindlessly scrolling on social media and all that good stuff. That translates well if you're a more conservative user. A better battery experience only stems from how optimized the chip is, but the display also. And in the iPhone 16's case, this was a huge deal breaker for me. So with the iPhone 16, you're getting the same display experience as the iPhone 15, and that is a 60Hz screen, 2000 nits of max brightness, and the lack of an always-on display. A 60Hz screen and a no always-on display is a hard no for me. It's very jarring using Pro Motion on the iPhone 16 Pro or the Pro Max, or using a 120Hz on the Pixel 9 Pro or the Pro XL, or even the smaller Pro for that matter. And then you use the iPhone 16, and it's just different. I truly believe it reduces the iPhone's ranking from an A+ tier to about a high A or even a high B. If it wasn't something I had to look at every day like the display, I wouldn't necessarily care, but alas, I'm truly hoping the iPhone 17 is just different. Even though the display is a huge letdown for me and some people, the standard iPhone 16 has so much going for it. The action button, the camera control, the performance with the A18 chip, and of course, the cameras. All this for $799. This might just be the cheapest, almost flagship phone that you can get, and that is exactly why I am making the switch. For now anyway. So that is my experience with the iPhone 16. If you have any questions about this phone, or you're still trying to decide what you want to do, ask me anything and I'll be happy to answer your questions. If you found this video valuable, feel free to like and subscribe to the channel. And with that, thank you guys for watching this video. My name is KJ. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.